let's look at the forward roll break fall. In judo training, this is likely the most common way that you will fall, since the throws your partner will be doing will likely be the forward throw that you end up having to fall on and recover from. So let's look at this technique. There are different ways to get into this fall or roll, and I will show you some of the more common ways that we teach our students. So let's look at how I would do this on my right side. I take my right knee and place it up. The same hand, my right hand in this case, points out towards the back knee, which is my left. This creates a wheel, a circle that will roll through using my shoulder and back. From this angle, you will see the wheel I'm referring to. This negative space here, or this actual shape here, is the wheel I'm working with. So on my right side, I'll put my hands here. Next, I'll tuck my head through so my shoulder will make contact with the ground and not my head. Once I'm here, I will lean forward and use my back foot to push and come through on that fall. Now, if you recall about our sideways break fall, the ending position is the same. My bottom leg is out. My top leg is about 2 or 3 feet behind. My arm is paralleling the leg that's on the ground. My chin is up, and that's how I end. Now, let's go back to the rolling portion. The shoulder here must make contact and not our head. So, I shoot through. As I shoot through, I push my leg up, and I come down on this side. Now, from the front angle, it will look like this. I'm here, and come through. Things to avoid: crossing legs. Avoid hitting a head, certainly. And avoid this when you're drilling on your own. Here, 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 1 unit. So, let's look at it again. Side angle. Front angle. Now, let's go ahead and look at the left side. If my left side is my dominant side, I will start with my left. Take my hand, shoot through. Create that wheel, that circle. Tuck your chin in, roll through. Again, contact, contact, contact. Heads up the floor. Let's look at it from the front side. So 1 knee, hands through, come down. Legs uncrossed, body sideways, heads up the floor. Another way to do this forward roll into a shoulder break fall is off a Y stand that looks like a pyramid shape. So from here, I will stand with my feet about 2 shoulder width. Feet are parallel. I'll put both my arms down, hands on the floor. Then I'll choose one or the other. Place that hand and finger toward the back. Once I begin this, I'll squat my knee as well, so I'll lower myself down. So the motion is 1. Side view, I'm here, bend my knee, hand through. Either left or right, bend my knee, hand through. As your hand go through, look down and tuck your chin. From the front view, hands feet forward, bend my knee, one hand go through. Other side, bend my knee, one hand go through. I am lowering my shoulder down with these movements. So when I'm ready to go, my shoulder is here. I'll use both of my legs, push through, and go through with the fall. I'll end the same way as I start with breakfall. Bottom leg almost straight, top leg behind uncrossed, arm straight, fingers step down to the floor. Side view on this. Legs wide, hands down, my knees bend. I pick one hand, slide it through, tuck my head, push, and come through. Protect my head, use my arm and leg to absorb the fall. From this angle, knees bend, hands through, break the fall. To do the forward roll and break fall from a standing position, you will start by picking your favorite side that you're going to practice on. Take a step forward. As you do so, drop your weight down, bend your knees, take that arm, lead into the fall. As with other break fall, the higher we are starting from, off the floor, the more impact we are prepared to absorb. They're just more distant, and therefore they have more mass coming down. So be prepared to absorb the impact a bit more from a standing position versus a kneeling or a sitting position. But let's look at it again. So to do a standing forward break fall, take a step, drop, and come down. Keep your legs uncrossed. Keep the arms and legs parallel to the floor as you come through. There are some higher belt variation of this forward break fall. The first one we'll look at is the diving forward break fall. Essentially, it's a longer extension of the fall or the dive and the roll in this case. It's mimicking a bigger throw, a longer throw that you are prepared to take or absorb. For this, we start the same way as a standing break fall. We'll step, lunge, and then come through. Now, this technique carries a lot more power and more momentum, so be sure to give yourself plenty of space to land this technique, because your body will slide and even bounce as you land on the proper fall. So let's look at it again. Take a step, drop, and come through. Not all throws will require you to absorb the impact. Some will carry you through and actually put you back on your feet with a typical or a certain type of break fall drills. The next break fall we do is a forward break fall, but we'll get back up on our feet. This way of falling is not recommended for a heavy throw, because if you folks are getting up on your feet, you will not absorb the impact properly and you will injure yourself. Depending on the technique, you may not want to or need to get back on your feet. But when you can and have to, here's how we roll, absorb the fall, and get back up on our feet. I'll start out from a mid-range position. I'll drop, do the forward break fall, but as I fall, I'll use the momentum of my roll and get back up on my feet. It's really important that my feet are placed properly for this to work. As you notice, when I get up, my feet are about a shoulder width or so parallel again. So let me break this down from the front view. here. As you notice, my feet are set. Once I make contact, absorb the fall, I would then transfer that energy upright to where I end. Of course, momentum helps the technique. So if you pause at all, that won't happen. Instead, we come back. So let's look at it from the side. I'm here, and I'm back up. If I'm going left, same principle. Here, I come back up. Again, it is not necessary or even good to get on our feet after a throw all the time. Some throw will require us to stay down and absorb. Some allow us or help us get up. But when we have to get up, a couple of things to watch out for. When you land your breakfall, how your feet are positioned is really important. Do not cross them. Instead, place them here. Roughly 1, 2, or 3 feet apart. That way, you can rotate onto them and be back onto our feet if we can or need to set up after we do the break fall.